off your phone during work hours.
Is it on silent?
Yes.
I'll have HR down here so fast.
Thought I dealt with HR downstairs already.
Believe me, I was in half of it.
What is up, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. This is our Geeky podcast, the podcast where we talk about everything we are geeking out about this week. And as per usual, my name is Alex Brett, and I'm joined by the lovely, talented, and bearded Mr. Ryan Berry over yonder.
Well,
and
that's good,
Ash
everybody.
is here this week as well. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Good.
I'm
Good.
doing well. Very well.
That's
Countdown to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus'
counting
birthday.
down the minutes, hours. We're getting very, very close.
Yeah, we started our little marathon on Saturday.
Biannual marathon, I think it'd have to be because the new main series ones are every couple of years now.
Yeah,
It's
true.
been 2 years since episode 7.
Yep.
So yeah, we got through the prequels because we go chronological order. So we got through the prequels.
The hardest stretch.
Yes. So now we just have the 5 remaining films to get through.
Yeah.
So Rogue One, original trilogy, and then Force Awakens before on Wednesday night / Thursday morning our time, we finally get The Last Jedi.
Yes, we do.
Very excited.
I'm uber keen for that.
And I find that's what we were talking about a little while ago, that like these marathons leading up to the Star Wars really builds our hype train. Like leading into it, it's just every movie, like we make fun of the first 3 because who doesn't?
Because they're not great.
They're really not great. And then leading into the more recent ones, especially that I can see when we hit Force Awakens, it's going to be the hype train has left the station, and we're not going to.
The hype train left the station a long time ago for me.
Yeah,
it's well into the journey now. We're in the home stretch because, as I said, we're a little over a week away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, until Force Awakens.
And
So,
where has this year gone?
Yeah,
Like I wake up every day, and I feel like I'm waking up every day in a new month. Like, honest, I woke up in November, and like it was just Christmas like, a couple of weeks ago. Like, I don't know where this year's gone, and I feel like
it's always like that when you're looking back in time. If you look forward a year, it seems that's forever away. That's so long ago. But if you look a year back, you're like, oh man, it was just yesterday. And it's weird how your brain does that. If you're looking back in time, it always seems like super recent. But if you're looking forward, it just seems like, oh man, that's so far off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything to contribute to this. So,
what were you doing this time last year? I mean, your memory sucks. Like an hour ago, as we just found out.
Right? My memory.
That's how far can we push
my
this brain training?
So bad. This last weekend, I don't know what happened, but apparently, because my sleep cycle has changed, I don't know what's happened to my brain. I'm losing my memory in the process.
Okay.
Pro tip.
So,
last year,
there we go.
About around this time, Uncharted 4, I probably would have been doing that.
Yep.
That is probably
was taking up a lot of your time.
That is as best as a memory is going to get.
Well, the fact that Uncharted came out in May, like you've left yourself some months to
No, it came out at the end of the year.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
It
Came out May 2016.
I'm gonna put a little reference up here that referred back to the last time
that.
we checked this.
Yeah. Can we get like a dream sequence? I don't want to be wrong, so don't answer.
Uncharted 4 was this year.
I believe that was last year.
Was it?
I feel like it was towards the end of last year.
I feel like it's an older game, but at the same... So, okay, if it's not Uncharted 4, it would have been Horizon Zero Dawn.
It was
I'd
last year.
say, yeah, it was last year. Because,
Uncharted 4, May 2016.
Damn it!
yeah.
So I don't know what, like, were you just like putting it off for 5 months or?
I gotta be honest then, I have no idea what I did in 2016. I have no idea.
Well, 2016 November, I mean, like, or towards the end, in the start of December, you were just coming back from Canada.
I was, about this time I was just getting back from Canada.
Yep, 100%. I was binge watching Black Mirror on Netflix. by myself because you were in Canada and Ellie was not living here at the time.
I was desperately wanting to go back to Canada, as I still am, because it's so good.
I'm desperately wanting to leave Victoria. That's what I'm desperately wanting to do, which is going to happen soon. So I'll be going.
Desperately want to leave this house for 20 minutes.
Being introverted is a mental disease, Ash. Like Alzheimer's.
Yeah, so I think this time last year, as you said, I was just getting back from Canada after having one of my best trips. I saw my brother for the first time in like 4 years because he's now back in Australia, but he'd moved over to Canada, obviously. Yep. So I saw him for the first time in years. I got to see 3 straight nights of wrestling over there, and I was just about to hand in my resignation for a job to then start a different job with Ash, which I left to go back to the job I left it in December,
which is the job
I've
that you
just left
just
a couple
left
of weeks ago to start. So I've changed jobs 3 times this year.
There was a job cycle.
Because I know I've changed jobs 3 times this year because me leaving that job happened on the 31st of December 2016. So that still counts as last year.
Next financial tax is going to be so fun for you. But yeah, like this year's flown by. We've got Star Wars coming up, but we also recently got the big release trailer.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Most viewed trailer in history. Like it was just in 24 hours got 282 million views. It seems
so far away because it's
what, April next year?
May
next year.
Yeah. Oh, I can see
you
that.
mean December, right?
Yeah, December.
Towards the start of December next year.
Yeah.
I thought it's supposed to be the same day that the first Avengers came out. Yeah, so I think that's May 4th.
Okay. I don't know.
And of course, we're talking about
not too sure.
Avengers
Infinity War. What the entire MCU for at the time of release, probably 10 plus years of films has been leading up to. So we finally got to look at
the grand battle.
Yeah, we got to look at everyone.
So yeah, if you haven't watched it, you definitely have to watch it. It's out there for everyone now.
I mean, based on statistically, if you're watching this, you watched
probably
it
have
because like
282 million views in 24 hours. That's a large portion of
like I
living
said,
beings.
This is what. Like the Marvel movies,
I'm sure animals have watched it.
Some of the most popular films being released at the moment, and this is the culmination of like 10 years of work for that. So I'm not surprised it's the most viewed trailer ever.
It's like a Black Panther at the zoo. Going, that's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah. So amazing trailer. CGI on point. Take note, DC.
I think they got bigger issues to worry about than the CG, in all honesty.
Yeah.
They got to worry about their films being profitable at this stage.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't they got outbeat by Coco in their second week running?
I don't know. This video has had more views than they made in money. So, it's so much keen. I'm loving that Captain America's rocking a beard now. Very rebel.
Well, he's been in exile, so you got to know that.
That's it. And
that's the proof.
I want to hear, Alex, starting with you. Highlight. I just need one highlight. I know it's a big ask.
It's happening. That's the highlight for me.
Yeah, true.
That this is like it's really real. We've heard about this for so long, and now we're getting like everyone. We're getting Spider-Man and like Captain America and Iron Man, Thor, and all those, and like Black Panther and the Guardians as well, and they're teaming with Thanos and they're fighting with Thanos, and it's gonna be, and someone's gonna die. Someone is definitely going to die.
Yeah,
quite possibly multiple people are gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
a roller coaster.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just that keen that it's.
We're also seeing stuff that we haven't been able to see yet. Like you get glimpses of Peter Parker's spider senses.
See the first glimpse of the spider sense. Yep.
Yeah, you're getting stuff like Black Widow's changed her hair color and stuff like that. She's gone all blonde now. She's atomic blonde now. But yeah, there is so much, and I feel like I still haven't been able to comprehend just how much is in that trailer. Yeah, I need to take a moment and I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, there's a lot to
process.
Well, I was thinking like in the lead up to that, marathon the MCU. That is so many movies. No, but
I was gonna say, like, we thought Star Wars planning that was gonna be hard.
yeah.
Like,
but that's the thing is
planning
like
the MCU.
And again, it's like
10 years worth of movies.
there's that many movies to like for us to marathon, and that's how much setup there's been to this film.
That's right.
What is it? So is it roughly 2 to 3 movies a year?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Dear God.
Like
only 30 movies?
Oh, for sure.
Give or take.
Yeah.
3 Iron Men, 3 Thor, 3 Captain Americas.
There's 9 already. Then 2 Guardians.
Technically,
2 Guardians, 2 Avengers
Hulk
films, Ant-Man.
movie.
Yeah, like...
Dear God. And then would we include Black Panther and stuff?
Yeah, well, he's involved in it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be out by then.
Yeah,
so,
it's gonna be,
why would we not?
February?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's early 2018.
Yeah.
So that's going to be out. And that looks fantastic. The
That
trailer
looks
for that
dope.
looks incredible.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
I'm just glad to finally see some characters with Black Panther you don't really get to see, like, you've never got to see outside the comic books. Like, you get to see his brother, his sister, the entire
I mean, we've never seen
Wakanda
Black Panther
tribe.
outside of the comic books until Civil War.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
The Wakanda tribe in general. Like,
Yeah.
they're a very fascinating tribe.
Yeah.
To read about.
Are they called Eclipse Warriors? The women that fight alongside him, they're badass. Like, they've taken
all
down.
the King's guards,
Yeah.
like security, they're all women. It's awesome.
Yeah, so that's really cool. But no, that's going to be dope in itself. But what about you? What stood out for you in the Infinity War trailer?
I think what stood out for me, if I had to choose one moment, is I can't wait to see what they do with the Iron Spider suit. I was always
we did get a glimpse.
Yeah, I've
we
always
don't
been
know.
fascinated with the Iron Spider suit ever since the comic books, and I'd love to see where they take this.
Do you think we're going to get the same kind of, like, the big limbs and the like Dr. Octopus-esque? You think we're going to get that in some fashion?
I would only hope we did see something like that, but I dare say we wouldn't.
It doesn't seem to fit in there. I don't see how that would work.
I think it's too early for something it doesn't even feel like, I don't know that it's actually the Iron Spider suit. It just feels like an advanced Spider.
It's like an armored
because
Spider
it feels
suit.
like it feels like it'd be very rushed to have the second film he's in the MCU have to be effectively completely different. His abilities.
Yeah, and that's so I feel like they've named it the Iron Spider suit, but it just seems like
it's like
I feel like that's
homage.
like a lot of just it's a nod to the comics, but it's not going to be the
full armored Spider.
It's not the classic red and yellow like
Iron
with
suit.
the thing. Yeah.
Which look, I'm fine with. I just want to see how they go about like the new technology that Tony Stark assumingly builds for it. And
even in himself, like his new Iron Man suit, and he's got the triangle.
Yeah, he's doing
power
the triangle.
core.
He's got the power core again. I wonder what that's.
I was gonna say, because didn't that get removed?
It did.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel like he may just be like he may have to bring it back in order to be able to develop like more power in himself. So he's probably put the arc reactor back in for that reason. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm keen to see how that's going to tie in. There's going to be a lot of tie-ins into this. This is where all the knots come together.
Well, yeah. This is,
I guess,
again,
you can
10 years of films.
You could theorize and
decades of comics
with the arc. You could theorize that if he's drawing power, like we may land in that situation where there's a comic book series, and this is where he actually has the iron suit in his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he
there's a lot of variants of the Iron Man suit, like the one where he's like, even in the movies they've tried to develop where he does the little like the nanites that call the suit to him from his body and stuff like that. So there's been nods to that sort of stuff. But I think for me, my highlight was definitely Thanos. Like, he looks amazing. I can't get over how good he looks. Like, it took me away. Like, like Infinity Gauntlet aside, he just looks badass.
He does.
Daddy's home. Like, he's just like, I want him to kick down a door and just be like, Daddy's home.
Just opens up a portal and be like, Daddy's home.
And starts kicking ass left, right, and center. It's, I'm uber keen for that movie. Right now, my Star Wars levels are pretty high, but since seeing that trailer, I think that is going to blow records when it comes to release night. It is going to destroy the box office.
Well, I mean, the current record holder is Force Awakens, which I think it's going to take some doing to beat that, because that's the MCU's got like it's got 10 years of history at that point. Star Wars, when Force Awakens came out, was 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years of history. No, almost
40.
Almost 40.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't 40 yet. When
it was like
Force Awakens came out,
38
just a couple of years ago. But yeah.
But you've also got like the like, I mean, yeah, Force Awakens. But I feel like even since Force Awakens came out, we've got like a new breed of fans that are going to be on top of that amount.
Oh yeah. I just think
on top of the.
But I just think
comic book fans.
I think that it's going to be profitable as hell. Like it's
sure.
going to make
Disney
to make a metric shit ton of money.
It is going to make bank.
But I do think that it's going to be tough for it to knock Force Awakens off its pedestal because of where Star Wars sits in pop culture.
Actually, by that time, it's going to be going against The Last Jedi. I reckon. I mean, we've got The Last Jedi coming out. It's probably going to beat those.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got to see what Last Jedi's numbers are. I think The Last Jedi probably won't be. I don't know. My prediction's it's gonna be not quite as big as Force Awakens, simply because Force Awakens we had that weight. Not only
that
between
was a big gap.
not only between that and the prequels, but between that and like good Star Wars films.
True.
So like there was that anticipation in the fans where I think, like again, Last Jedi is again going to be profitable as shit, but it's not going to have that. It doesn't have that quite as much anticipation. Like it doesn't with the fans, and like I'm very keen to see the movie, but I think because we don't have, it's only been like 2 years since the first mainline Star Wars film and a year since the last Star Wars film of any kind.
You dare say it'll fall just short of what the Force
and again, falling just short of the most profitable film of all time is nothing to be mad at.
And at the same time, you can argue that the last Star Wars movie, Episode 9, will be the bigger one. Like it'll.
I mean, maybe it's again. I like.
You
we
just
don't
know
know
how these numbers play out at the end of the day. Like there's movies that have been set up to be really good, and then they've not hit the numbers.
I mean, well, the only sure thing we know is that Disney is going to be making truckloads of cash
money. Yeah.
Based on
when
Marvel.
Walt gets out of the ice hole, he's gonna be balling.
Based off like the MCU and Star Wars, the fact that the same company's getting money off both of those is just kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
He's gonna be Scrooge McDuck.
You're gonna get up and be like, I have how much money?
Of which he owns as well.
And you're telling me Hef died. Yeah. I'm set for the next. I'm going into cryo maybe one more time, but right now I'm living it up. I can't believe they made more of those. It's just like
this is not profitable at the time.
Wow.
Oh god, sorry. That was no, I can't wait. But I guess we say that about almost every year, and then next year arrives and we've got so much more stuff come out.
Yeah, I think I honestly like the foreseeable year coming up. I don't think there's as many releases as there were this year for us. Like we had the big, like some really big stuff happen.
Yeah,
this year.
we had the big tentpole stuff, like Thor and like all the MCU stuff and
Logan.
Yeah, Logan,
Wonder Woman, all that stuff. So it's just. I love how none of us are like Batman, Justice League, anyone. DC got a single tier.
That was something that there was anticipation for,
just not from us.
Well, I mean,
someone was anticipating.
Okay, no, Justice League. No, we were. I will say we were all anticipating.
Yeah, we were. We were hoping for the best.
Exactly. I was really obviously we're all really disappointed by it, but I think the thing that I'm looking forward to next year is. Not even necessarily the big stuff. Is I want to see what the next Get Out and the next Baby Driver and
these
those films that come out under the radar.
The under the radar.
I want to see those the really interesting films that, and something like in the gaming sphere like Cuphead that just kind of comes out and does something kind of crazy and different.
The new Jurassic Park. We got a trailer for that.
We got a clip of him petting it.
Dinosaur.
There's all these dinosaurs running as well.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't watch it either, just because
it seemed like it was straight out of the first movie. To be honest with you, all those dinosaurs running over the top of them.
Sure, it wasn't just a clip from the first one, and it was a fake one.
No, they had that spherical thing.
That guide ride thing.
Yeah, that was in the first one as well. So we sure it wasn't just a fake clip.
Chris Pratt was in it.
Chris Pratt was in it. There was dinosaurs in it. Like, there's no way it couldn't have...
Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That holds up in my mind. But yeah, like there is definitely. I agree. I want to see what's going to be coming next year. I'm keen for like a second part to it. I want to see what's going to be happening in that space as well. I mean, I hold my breath for good horror movies every year. So
yeah, there were a couple of like It and Get Out were both really, really solid this year.
Yeah.
Some of the best horrors we've seen in a little while, I think. Particularly Get Out. I loved Get Out so much, and I was waiting for it for so long, and it lived up to it for me.
Yeah, it was amazing. It came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't even.
I'd heard like incredible things about it, and then we had that stupid wait. We had to wait like 3 months for it to get released here after the US, and it was just we talked about it on the podcast. If you go back on the audio episodes. We had to wait for that, and I was really worried that it was like that the anticipation was gonna like boil over in my head, and I was gonna be expecting too much and get disappointed. But thankfully, it was just a great film.
See, I went through the same emotions with Lego Movie.
What?
Is that a problem?
Why is that bad?
Lego Movie is amazing. It's well written.
Awesome.
Exactly. Isn't everything awesome, Ash? Don't touch my Lego Movie.
I'm sorry.
Anyway. Yeah, so next year's going to be big. I mean, we're still got to wrap this year up. There's plenty of stuff for us to wrap up this year, and it's going to be huge.
Not least of all, Last Jedi. That's next week. So not the next episode, but the following, we'll have our big super Last Jedi spectacular episode. So keep eyes peeled for that. And then following, so I think we've agreed probably just before New Year's, we'll have our yearly wrap up, which I think will probably be a bit of a bumper episode.
Yep.
So a little bit longer than our usual 20 minutes because we are going to be recapping the biggest and best in all the different medias for 2017. So keep eyes peeled for that. And I think
that should do us.
We should be right for this week. So as always, if you aren't already, please click the subscribe button down there. I think it's down that direction somewhere. And if you're on mobile, click the bell next to it. So that you will get notified when we upload our videos. If you aren't watching on YouTube and you're listening on audio, thanks for that. You can do that on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. If you want to follow us on the social medias, there'll be links in the description down below, as well as for our socials personally. Although Ash doesn't really have any, so don't worry about him.
But he does control most of our OGP socials. If
you're chatting to someone on the socials, be it Insta or Facebook or Twitter, it's probably going to be Ash. So.
There's a lot coming out lately. Like, stay tuned to that stuff. Share it around. Let everyone see what we're doing.
There's big things happening.
Everything's gonna be awesome.
There's big, exciting changes happening at OGP, which we're all really pumped for. All right. You just thrown me completely off. All right. That's Ryan. That's Arch. That's Alex. Thanks very much for watching or listening or both. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Take care.